Hello my friends, welcome to Talk to Me Tuesday for Tuesday, March 22nd, 2022. This is Jennifer and welcome to my mini quilt show. These are all the quilts I showed you last week that I quilted that are now donated to the Linus Connection. I'm actually recording this on St. Patrick's Day, which is why I'm wearing my green. Linus is on Saturday, so all of these are gone out for donation by the time you see this. So the first four you're gonna see, I didn't actually make any of these, but I quilted them. These were all donated from different people who sent them to me. So I'm gonna share a little bit more about these with you guys. This first one over here with the ladybugs, I'm almost positive Lynn sent that to me. The name came off of it somewhere during my having it and moving it around, but I'm pretty sure that one came from Lynn. The blue and yellow one, that came from our own Susan here on Talk to Me Tuesday. Flower pots right here, these came from Linda in Las Vegas, Nevada. The 9 patch on point, that came from Kathy in Tennessee. So all of these are different tops that were donated to me through the mail. I did do a variety of quilting on these. So on the ladybugs, it's got a little meander with a multicolored green and blue thread. And then Susan's, I did swirls. That was one of the last ones I was practicing because I did the first half of the ones I quilted, I did mostly meander, and the second half I quilted, I did mostly swirls because I was gearing myself up to work on my son's quilt. Linda's flower pots over here, these I actually did wavy lines across because I was trying to figure out how best to do this because it kind of looks like window boxes or shelves with plants on it. And so I did wavy lines across just to kind of have like an airy feeling to that. And this 9 patch on point over here that has 9 patches top and bottom, that was Kathy. And that one I also did swirls on because, again, like I said, I did kind of the first half of the ones I quilted were more meanders and just sort of more loosey-goosey quilting, and then I went full-on swirls for the last several because I was really trying to practice my swirls, which I will hopefully be showing you next week. On this side of the fence, I have quilt tops that I made. The first one that you see that has like the little duck plates in the center and combined with the star blocks. It was a top that I made at retreat last year when I went to Albuquerque to see Jules. The Phantom and Stitches quilt here, that was also from retreat last year. These were just orphan blocks that I got, and I made them all the same size and mixed in some more solid blocks. I had some fun like Tula and some polka dots that I made to coordinate with that. And those are a larger meander. That was a choice on this one because I didn't want to quilt over the Minnie Mouse head is actually machine applique, and it's got some really stiff fusible underneath it, and I didn't really want to stitch through that, so I stitched around it, so I made the choice to go with a meander on that. This little fun blue plaid quilt, that was actually a quilt back that I pieced and never used, and I found it when I was cleaning out my Linus fabric a couple weeks ago, and I was like, you know, this would make a great quilt top, so I just put it in with my quilt tops. It got the swirl treatment as well. That was the first one I practiced my swirls on when I started going. These last two quilts over here, these were also orphan block tops that I made from retreat last year. And I don't know if you'd call them orphan blocks so much. Crystal sent these to me, and I think these were B blocks or some sort of swap that she did. Crystal, you can definitely tell me if I am incorrect on that. But I'd already made 2 of these. This is the last 2. So I got 4 total out of the blocks she sent me. And with these were super easy to make because I just put the blocks together. And these are 36-inch quilts, and these are also 36-inch quilts because when I was piecing all of these, I was really working on more baby quilts. And just to clarify, because I do have a lot of new viewers, thank you guys for subscribing. I think I had 30 new people in the last month, so that's kind of exciting. To clarify, when I say orphan blocks, I collect orphan blocks from other people in addition to, you know, just as a quilter having my own orphan blocks. So for example, this Phantom and Stitches orphan block quilt, all of these were sent to me by other people. The Minnie Mouse is not a Phantom and Stitches block, but it's thematic, so I put it in there. Disney has a lot of licensed embroidery designs, so I wasn't surprised to see this at all. This block, this block, this block, and this block are all Phantom and Stitches. So I get a lot of test blocks from people. I get a lot of blocks that people started a project and decided to change the color or realized their blocks were the wrong size or whatever. And I take those blocks and I make them work. I put them in something and make quilts for the Linus Connection, which is a nonprofit blanket charity here in Austin, Texas. We're only Central Texas, and all of those blankets go to kids preemie through high school who need them. And of course, I love to show you guys quilt backs, so I definitely want to share that with you. We're gonna take a little tour. This orange, it's actually got a very gentle dot on it. That was a bolt of fabric that was donated to Linus, and that is the last of that bolt. I've used it all. I think I have some strips left because I cut everything that's left over into strips, but that's the last I have for quilt backs. This was also a bolt of fabric, and I still have some of this one left. I think this polka dot, I may not be correct on this, but that might have come from Janice. All of the fabric on all of these, this was all donated from different people. I do keep track of who gives me quilt tops, but I don't keep track of fabric because I get so much it would just be impossible for me to keep track. So if you see something you donated, let me know. I have quilted all of the quilt tops I had finished except for the Project of Doom one, and I have a couple of panels I haven't quilted yet. Everything else I have are things that are donated, and I still have a fair few. I probably have a dozen or more. I haven't actually counted them. I'm gonna go with or more on that because I have quite a few left that people have sent me. I think I have 3 or 4 that are ready to go, and then I have a whole stack that I've pulled fabric for the backs, but the backs need to be pieced, and I'm going to focus on doing that after I finish my son's quilt. So I do have a small update on that. I'm not going to show it to you yet, but it is quilted, and I am planning to get the binding on in the next few days. I want to get the binding on and get the label made, so I will probably be showing you that quilt next week. So I'm really excited about that, guys. I cannot wait to show you. So that will be next week. If I come up with anything else to show you guys between now and Tuesday, I will insert it here. Hey guys, I have a little PS for today. It's actually Tuesday, so it's March 22nd now, and I did one more thing on Friday that I wanted to share, which was to recover this bench. This was my late mother-in-law's bench. It goes with the vanity that was hers, and it had a very faded, very old piece of blue. I think it was probably like a pant weight fabric on it, and I recovered it with this awesome Michael Miller that Jane gave me. I still have tons of this. I set this aside when she gave me all that fabric because I just loved it so much and I wanted to figure out something to do with it. So this is the first thing I've done with it. So this was a really simple update. The seat is only held on with 4 screws. So I just removed the seat, removed the old cover, removed the old batting, and I used 8 layers of scraps. I have all kinds of offcuts and scrap batting. I usually use that scrap batting inside of my Linus quilts, but I also have Linus batting. So this was my personal batting, and I cut it all the same size as the bench. So that was 8 layers, like I said, and it added just enough cushion, and I stapled the whole thing on, and I'm in love with it. The other really quick thing I wanted to share is I got some amazing mail from Amber. She sent me 12 Afghans for the Linus Connection. I will take pictures of all of these and share them later this month, possibly early April, we'll see. But yeah, I just wanted you guys to see all of the blankets that Amber sent. Sunday, I started doing yard work, and I will probably be doing a lot of yard work between now and like the end of April. We have live oak trees, and this is the time of year when they drop their leaves. So we're cleaning up live oak leaves, and we'll be mulching. I won't be doing planting like I did last year because I think I lost a couple of small plants in the freeze that we had, but they were new and hadn't really been established, but we didn't lose mass plants like we did last year. So anyway, I'm going to be doing yard work, and I have the binding to put on my son's quilt, and other than that, I have no idea what else I'll get up to. The only other thing is just to let you guys know that we had almost no storm damage. There were tornadoes that hit just a few miles from where we live just last night, and I don't think anyone I know was affected other than like losing tree branches and stuff. We were very fortunate in that we literally just had our trees trimmed last week. But anyway, we didn't have any damage, and I want to thank everyone who checked on us. You guys have a really wonderful week. Have a crafty week. I really hope you're well. Hug the ones you love, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.